The LG Lucid 2 can be had for free with the new Verizon contract. Is that a sign of a bad phone or a sign of changing times? Find out in our review. Hey everybody, Kris here. It wasn't that long ago that a phone for free with a contract automatically meant it was a piece of junk. With phones like LG's Lucid 2, could those days finally be behind us? Let's kick off the review by taking a look at the specs. The LG Lucid 2 features a 4.3-inch QHD display with a pixel density of around 250 pixels per inch. Inside, it packs a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 chipset with a dual-core 1.2 GHz Crate processor. For memory, we have 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal storage, expandable by microSD. The rear-facing camera is 5 megapixels, capable of recording 1080p video, and the front-facing camera is 1.3 megapixels. Providing the device's power is a 2,460 mAh battery. I've been a fan of LG's stark rectangular design for a while now, and this is still the case, at least looking at the Lucid 2 from the front or back. Personally, I could do without the silver around the buttons on the sides, but these touches do add a bit of visual flair to the phone's look that others may like. The Lucid 2 is fairly light, but still manages to feel sturdy. It should fit well in most hands, and the textured back of the device should do a lot to prevent people from dropping it. Though it doesn't quite reach HD resolution, the display isn't the sore spot that it often is with mid-range phones. At 4.3 inches and a resolution of 960 by 540, we're left with a pixel density of around 250 pixels per inch, which isn't the sharpest you'll see by far, but it does manage to avoid noticeable pixelation or blurriness. Colors are vivid almost to the point of oversaturation, but they aren't too over the top. Black levels are good, as is the brightness. Unlike a lot of devices in this range, the screen was clear and readable even in bright sunlight. These Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 chipsets often prove to be good performers for the price, and that was the case here as expected. We started our benchmarking with Antutu, running 10 separate tests at different times in different conditions. When we were finished, our final average score was 11,686. Now, we'd love to show you how Epic Citadel ran, but it didn't. It started once and then no more. In the real world, performance felt snappy whether it was scrolling through home screens in the app drawer, launching apps, or even trying out a few games, though we didn't go for anything too demanding. The LG Lucid 2 runs Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. It is skinned with the same overlay that LG uses on most of its devices, which some of you may not like, but this skin is far more customizable than skins from a lot of other manufacturers. Aside from the standard apps, there are a lot of other apps included out of the box. While some of these could definitely be considered bloatware, we're looking at you, Verizon, others are pretty useful. The file manager is really handy, as is Polaris Office. The bundled Amazon apps, well, that depends on how much shopping you do. The LG Lucid 2's camera is usable, which could actually be considered a compliment when compared to some other devices in this class. While low light performance is far from good and it's fairly easy to take a blurry photo, if you take your time, chances are you'll be able to get a decent shot. The 1080p video capture is decent, with the main issue being that the sensor's auto-adjusting to different lighting is very slow and definitely very noticeable. The 2,460 mAh battery and Snapdragon chipset work together well here, providing some very good battery life. 8 hours of testing, including benchmarking and leaving the display on most of the time, only brought the battery down to around 30%. A 16-hour day of normal moderate use connected to both Wi-Fi and cellular networks left me with about 20% when I finally plugged in at the end of the day. As a plus, the battery is removable, which is always handy. A phone that can be had for $0 with a contract needs to do a lot of things wrong to not get a recommendation. The LG Lucid 2 actually does a whole lot of things right. No, it's not a high-end monster phone, but that's not what everyone needs. We have a written companion to this review at AndroidAuthority.com. You can find the link to the article in the description down below. We always have new videos going up, so if you want to stay in the loop, be sure to subscribe to our channel. I'm Kris Wook, and as always, thank you for watching.